Sometimes I felt like I was going crazy. I was so strung out. And Simon started this joke about me being like a puppy dog with big, wet eyes. "Come here, then. Come here," he teased, patting his thighs with the palms of his hands, like you do when you call a little puppy. "Come here," he said. He was so cheeky, but I used to just laugh it off. Nobody else could have got away with it, but Simon did. Simon's dressing room alone would have provided hours of gripping reality television. He had assistants bringing him all kinds of health juices and tablets, and he'd sit there laughing at cartoons like a little boy one minute and then gazing at himself in the mirror the next. "I can't believe how vain you are, Simon," I teased, but really I was gobsmacked by how this ridiculously wealthy and powerful man could be so fixated by appearances. "Did you know they all liked Danny's dress better than yours last week?" he'd snipe. "And," I'd reply, "I'm not here for what the tabloids and magazines think about who had the best dress on. I'm here to find out talent and mentor the acts, remember?" I honestly didn't care about all that Battle of the Babes rubbish. There was far too much going on in my life for me to be poring over magazines, seeing who had a tick and who had a cross over her frock each week. Simon always had women in his dressing room, hanging off every part of his suit. Some of them I didn't recognise, but I got to know the more familiar faces like Sunita, Jackie Sinclair, Terry Seymour and Mejgan Husseini. They were Simon's girlfriends of the past, present and future. I really didn't pay much attention to who was currently the one. Ah, yes, Tulisa Contostavlos. What a lovely woman. The thing that really annoyed me was Kelly's "what happens backstage stays backstage" stance. That's a load of old bollocks as far as I'm concerned. Also, we always get to hear from a judge when something's gone wrong for the contestant and they want to milk it for a bit of sympathy that week. My act's been very sick today. She's been throwing up, but here she is, bravely tackling something by Lady Gaga. But if your act's being a bitch, can't we talk about it? I'm sorry, I don't agree. Well, that's when things went tits up for Kelly and me. Speaking from a purely practical level, I couldn't have been in a worse frock to win the X Factor that year. It was the purple-blue fishtail thing, and I was corseted down to my legs and teetering on 6-inch heels underneath it. I could barely walk, let alone jump up and down with excitement. I ended up just sort of waddling, backwards and forwards on the spot, screaming along with the girls, and then hobbling across the stage to hug Gary Barlow. I desperately wanted to leap up in the air and go mental, but I felt like a plank of wood. It didn't really matter in the slightest, though. It was still our moment. And it was a brilliant one. Truly one of the highlights of my life.